Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Leading them out is their quarterback, the former 12th overall pick. Some refer to him as the natural, Deshaun Watson.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The numbers for Miller in last week's ball game: 14 carries, 63 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A gain of 32 that time.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Here's Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Sims. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And his kick is indeed good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So the first points of the night belong to our home team as they're able to take the opening kickoff and at least get 3 points out of it.
Yeah, and that helps the crowd, right? Helps people feel good about why they're there watching this game. They move the ball well on their opening drive.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down.
No. Check. Patriot.
It's a quarterback sneak.
For those vertically challenged quarterbacks, here's a time where they will tell you it's an advantage to be a little bit on the smaller side. Able to duck in behind their offensive line and stick the ball across the imaginary yellow line for a 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Back down to that Philly. Here we go.
On 2nd down, Mayfield again. Eluding the pressure right. That's Njoku over the middle. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Patriot. Watch it now, Barney.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Down. Black 22.
To throw on second is Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Black 22.
From the gun, here's Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
On fourth down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Mayfield on first down. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Mayfield now from the 50. And this will be incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mayfield now. And a loose football. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And now out comes Houston. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Black 22.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, Watson. And he hits the tight end. It's Deion Sims. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Black 22.
Watson hands to Miller on the draw. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. From the red zone now, Watson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Down. Black 22.
Throwing again is Watson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, Not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland. 46 yards.
Detroit!
A first down throw for Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Leopard! All right, here we go. Blue landed! No. Check. Patriot!
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. His throw incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. As they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Getting set to go again, DeAndre Hopkins marches back onto the field. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Watson now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, a 22. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Down! Green the line! Green the line!
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And I think the Browns got it. They did. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is good. So we've come upon, and just like that, on we head to half number 2. Now the punter, who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors. But overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game. Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
To the right side and complete to Njoku. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Green 39! Green 39! Over!
They pitch it out to Johnson. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First down, Mayfield. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Now Mayfield. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And this one is incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff. Johnson. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. 2nd down a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, that's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on first down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
3rd and short yardage. Mayfield got his man complete over the middle. It's Gordon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Steps away. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. DJ Reader able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the gun, Mayfield dancing to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Lucky 56.
Working out of the gun. Mayfield flushed out right. He may try and run for this. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
To throw, Mayfield. Keeps himself upright. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Leopard! Leopard! No, check. Patriot!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Duke Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are an extra point away from taking the lead in this game. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large. But here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school where I was always begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
They have, you're right, they have had no room to breathe. Watson, off play action. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Flag 22. Flag 22.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
3-19.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. Flush to his right. And he slides to avoid the hit. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Leopard. No. Check. Patriot. Gun.
Here's Mayfield. being chased out left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw. And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Detroit!
Now Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the ball comes loose. And the Texans say they have it. They do. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
He's back to throw. They'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They give him a gain of 37. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. And his throw is incomplete. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going on the field, but okay, I see you. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He'll look to throw. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like open up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
loved
did.
The defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Browns, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home